This is Rwanda's third presidential vote after the genocide against the Tutsis, the first having taken place in 2003, where President Paul Kagame won with an absolute majority of 95% of the vote. President Paul Kagame also clinched the 2010 presidential vote with 93% of the vote, with his main rival, the Democratic Green Party's Dr. Frank Habineza, garnering 5%. The August 2017 presidential election attracted 6 aspirants. On 17th December 2016, Dr. Frank Habineza, leader of the Democratic Green Party of Rwanda, announced, and I quote, "I have accepted your request to represent you as the presidential candidate for the upcoming presidential election, which will take place on the 4th of August 2017. On the 6th of February 2016 came this announcement from former journalist Philippe Maimana. "I want to contest as an independent candidate. I have no political party." Quote end quote. On 3rd of May 2017, 35-year-old Diane Shima Rwigara announced her intentions to contest for the top job in Rwanda. She said, "Today I am expressing that I am ready to contest the presidential elections. I am one of the Rwandan women with the credentials and wish to lead Rwandans." A referendum to amend the constitution to allow President Paul Kagame to run again for another 7-year term in office received 98.3% support. President Paul Kagame then made this announcement in his New Year's address on 1st of January 2016, which clearly meant that he was going to be on the ballot in 2017. "You requested me to lead the country again after 2017. Given the importance and consideration you attach to this, I can only accept, but I don't think that what we need is an eternal leader." President Kagame's candidature received a major boost after 2 of the main political parties here in Rwanda said that they were not going to field presidential candidates, but will instead back him. The 2 political parties are the Liberal Party, PL, and the Social Democratic Party, PSD.
As members of Liberal Party, we think that he is the only president at this moment that is fit to lead the country.
Yes. But what we're seeing in Kagame is totally different from what other people can say about. Kagame is a leader for leaders. He's not a leader for followers. So if someone is a leader for leaders and other leaders endorse him, to me is the choice, the best one a human being can do.
Aspiring candidates from political parties and the independent ones did present their bids to the National Electoral Commission with hopes to be cleared. However, only 3 candidates made it on the Electoral Commission's final list, locking out independent candidates Diana Rwigara, Gilbert Monedata, and Fred Barafinda. The head of the European Union delegation, Michael Ryan, in a Twitter post, asked electoral officials to clarify with speed why Rwigara and other independent candidates had been locked out of the race. A statement that did not go down well with Rwanda's President Paul Kagame.
Fair. No, I think there's something wrong, but I can live with it.
But what is wrong with that, Mr. President?
What is wrong is just a moment.
Yes.
Is that the diplomatic missions here are not and shouldn't be. They should not replace the Electoral Commission. They should allow the people of this country, the Electoral Commission, to do its work. And second, and in fact that's the main point I wanted to make, the same people, when you're saying what's wrong with that, are actually the same people now crying, saying people have interfered in the elections.
Today, with less than a week to the August presidential elections here in Rwanda, the 3 presidential candidates are busy traversing the country.
We are going to create a Rwanda Employment Agency. This employment agency will help to connect job seekers with job creators, or those who have jobs and those who do not have jobs. And this will have be an authority on national level, having offices on district level and sector level.
Who finances the operation of this agency? How do you finance
the government?
And under which funds? Because you say you're cutting
First of all,
the major source
yes,
of funding
but you know,
of government
actually
projects, which is taxation.
Came in the tweets here. The first thing is we're going to fight corruption 100%.
You seem to be jumping from one issue to another.
Yes.
Let's stick to this.
No, wait a moment.
On funding this agency.
Yes, this is where we're going to get the money, because the Auditor General of Government.
Let's get back to the main issues that Maimane is actually talking about, and most importantly, this particular area was also of importance to so many people, especially on controlling population growth to below 2% and pushing for 2. You say 2 or 3?
2 or 3.
2 or 3
yes.
Children per woman. Let's talk about how practical that will be. How will you do this? Are you going to be prefecting every man and woman and telling them, no, you have already made your number that you're required by laws under my government? How are you going to practically do this?
Like that. Like that, you said you are allowed 2 or 3, not 4. Yes.
Yes. How are we going to prefect this? How are we going to make sure that this actually works?
We ask them. That is a matter of changing mentality.
For the ruling Rwanda Patriotic Front, it seems more about the continuation of progress in growth in every sector, leading to even more transformation of Rwanda and its people. President Paul Kagame has continued to attract record crowds at every of his political rallies, something that his main opponents have not been able to do. So does this worry them? I asked.
We are not scared by that. Why? Because, first of all, why the president has those numbers, you have to remember that from the governor of a province, the governor is the chairman of RPF in the province, mayor is chairman of RPF in the district, executive secretaries, whatever, chief of Mudugudu is the chairman of RPF in the village. So when they call people, they start from village level to the governor level.
Is that wrong?
Something yes, wrong, because we have challenged that. You know, we took that to parliament last year, that this should be stopped. No one who holding a public office should be a chairman of a political party.
When you are convinced that you are right, you believe in your idea and you believe in what you want to bring for the people, you will not look at that huge crowd of people around another candidate. But you listen in yourself and you go ahead. I am sure the small number of people around me is very significant because I would be also alone.
Ni mwebwe nanje ubwo turi kumwe.
If elected, President Kagame will lead for a term of 7 years and will be eligible to run again for another 2 terms of 5 years each.
What would be the factors that, let's say, after 2024, the people again come and say, you know what, we didn't solve those issues that made us call you back. We want you back. What would be the issues that would make you either say yes or no?
Well, you want me to answer the question of 2024 now? No, I think I would answer it when I'm there. But of course, since I will be with them along the way,
Yes.
And since I have put it to them,
Yes.
I think everybody understands what I was talking about. They were worried about the fragility of the politics of this country and which anything can make go wrong. You understand? They also may be mindful, it's the unity of this country. You know, it's this situation of politics is not going to be a black and white issue. There are always many gray areas. And the worry, sometimes we're having to hold things together because of our past and history, which shouldn't ever be trivialized. Therefore, I took it from the beginning that people are saying, we are not yet ready. The wounds are still fresh. We need to allow more healing. I thought. But then more healing, okay, that's 7 years. 7 years is more healing. We should be able to gauge together how we get out of this. Because you and me or anybody, you wouldn't give a date and say, because of this date mentioned, therefore, whether you have healed or not,
it's up to you.
Go ahead with this. You can't do that. We are talking about human lives. But I was saying what I said because I have a feeling that we have come so far. Good progress. Maybe if we had another 7 years, which people have asked for, really we should have moved another distance that should allow us to take a bit of risk, even if that's what they would have in their minds.
Rwandans in the diaspora will vote on August 3rd, while those in Rwanda will vote on 4th of August. Rwanda's electoral body says it is ready to conduct a free, fair, and credible election.
So in one line, in one word, what do you
least
want people to think about Rwanda's electoral process?
They should look at the Rwandan electoral process as something that fits within the political social context of this country,
right,
and is serving the interests of Rwandans, both those that are there today, but also those that are coming tomorrow and the other day.
For KTN News in Kigali, Rwanda, I'm Eugene Anangwe reporting.